Anything you don't want to talk about? Anything off limits?
No, not that I can think of. It's early, but maybe if it comes up, I'll be like, "Oh, Rob, I want to touch on that." I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Right now, yeah. Okay. Lord. Oh God. I will tell you. I think the last time I was here was with Kev, and there was a gentleman who was here. So just warning you, I probably will peak. I always love to warn sound people. I'm very loud. I laugh loud.
Peak. Like a audio peak.
Yes, absolutely.
I was like, what? We're not hiding anything here.
No. Like, I'm loud.
Hey, I'm gonna look behind there, see what y'all got going on. Just letting you know I'm a peak.
I'm a peak. Yeah, I'll be peaking. No, yeah, I love to warn the sound people. I feel like that's a give you grace. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! No. Okay, you're the first. I will say this: you are the first.
What you mean?
You are the first to put on some eggs for me. Yeah.
What? I sing this all the time when you walking through the hallways. Like I appreciate it.
Come on. You could have put on Exhibit. It could have went another way.
Exhibit?
Uh-huh.
I guess it's more West Coast.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to.
No, if you want to hear X to the Z Exhibit, we could pimp this pod right now.
No, we don't. No, Rob, it's cool. No, DMX keep the legend. I'd rather have the legend. This is great. Yes. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay.
Real West Coast.
Oh Lord. Okay, yeah. Mhm. And he's turning it up. The volume up, yeah. Can they hear this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The engineer's like, unfortunately they can.
Some of them can, depend on how they live their life.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you was a DJ, Rob.
I'm not a DJ.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
He said you didn't think that because it's not true.
Yeah. I just dabble.
Yeah.
We got X Mayo in the building.
Yes, sir.
We just wrote on the BET Awards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm so happy to have you on the pod.
Mm-hmm, I can tell.
X
I can tell.
He's super accomplished.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wrote on the Daily Show.
Mm-hmm. With Trevor Noah, let's make sure it's clear.
With Trevor Noah, the black one.
Yes. Yes. No shade to John.
No shade to
like
John,
that, but it was a different time.
Craig Kilborn.
Oh yeah, Craig Kilmore. Yeah. Any other filler niggas after Trevor quit? Any of y'all? No shade to you.
No shade to Charlamagne.
Yeah,
Jesus
Leslie
Nice,
Jones. Yeah, it's fine. But I was there with Trevor for 3 years. God bless him. I'm very extremely grateful. He gave me a shot that I think no one else would have in this industry.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna be honest. No, Rob, I'm not a stand-up, right? So like, I come from improv and sketch comedy, and I was performing on the weekends with a producer at the Daily Show and didn't know it. So even then, people hate, and I don't think there's anyone who's jealous of me. Well, that's not true. I think I've met one person I was living with, and I was like, oh, this is what jealousy is. But okay, clock that. Clock that T. But I genuinely think people count my blessings and not their own, because if you look around, I think everyone's blessed and everyone has a special gift to give. But when I got the Daily Show, there was murmuring and little comments made, not just to me, but to my homies, like, oh, I didn't know X did stand-up. Oh, I didn't know X wrote politics. Oh, I didn't know X was famous on Twitter. Like throwing shots or coming up to me and be like, X, I didn't know that you wrote. And it's like, nigga, I write sketches. Like, I've been writing since I was a kid.
Come on.
And so, no, I haven't specifically written jokes, but obviously, nigga, I'm funny. Obviously, I have something that you don't. We both perform here at UCB. Why weren't you pitched and not me?
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, people tend to think that knowing set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, like that's what gets you like a bomb ass packet. But I think that is not the only considerable factor in this type of business that we're in. You know, I think I'm a true product of undeniable talent and who you know. Okay.
All right. I feel that. I feel like there was some shots at stand-ups in there. But you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
it's all
whoa. Never shots at stand-ups. My thing is...
It ain't all about setup and punch. You got to have it in you,
no,
dog.
First
is
of all,
it in you?
Okay, Rob,
with your nerdy ass. Is it in you?
First of all, I just did a podcast with Langston and David, and I was giving it up for stand-ups, and they were telling me, X, I think you're going down a bad lane. You need to calm it down. Because I was just like, I was saying how much I appreciate stand-ups and how the fact that you guys go up there just by yourselves, no additional factors, no gimmicks, it's just you. I think some of you are the smartest people that I've ever met.
But
and
we also like, negative.
Yeah.
And we also, you know what I'm saying, don't listen, don't work well with others, you know.
Yeah. And that could be said about some actors. I would say more oftentimes than not, we can say that about stand-ups because it's such an isolating art form.
Yeah.
But I would say I was not taking shots at stand-ups when I was saying that. I was saying that because niggas was taking shots at me as if these are the prerequisites that you have to complete before you can write for a late night show.
I mean, I feel like the Daily Show is held up to a high standard.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, but also, you know, I it's weird because when I see the pieces individually, I'm not like, oh man. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, these people are brilliant geniuses, and then sometimes I'm like, these people, you know what I'm saying? Like they
100%.
understand how that show works.
We understand that audience, right?
Yeah, and understand that audience. But at the same time, that's a show we all grew up watching. Like if you had Comedy Central, you know, I mean, yes, there was like 14 weeks in your life where you had Chappelle's Show, but the rest of the time you was watching the Daily Show.
Yeah.
You was watching
over 30 years. Yeah. So it's definitely for me, so I was just saying that with the Daily Show, and this is just to put that out there to multiple people, that if you are funny and if you work hard, there's so many additional factors. And I say this all the time. I think every time we had the interns do their like exit like interview or just like give wisdom to the interns thing, whatever, I always said be fucking kind, be nice, because I fucking sucked, Rob, at the Daily Show for a year and 2 months. I sucked.
I don't believe that,
Rob.
Them contracts ain't a year, so you had to do something.
Rob,
them contracts ain't a year.
Okay,
they're not giving you a year deal.
No, they're not.
So they brought you back.
Okay, and you want to know why, Rob? I think it was because, I'm going to be honest, my relationship to Jube, who was Trevor's number 2. Okay. I would kind of say Trevor's number 1, because if Jube fucked with the joke, Trevor going to fuck with the joke. So I would say me and Jube had a relationship for a year before I even got to the Daily Show. I was performing improv with him. I was sitting on his weekend team, and we just had a good-ass time. So I think it was, one, my relationship. Jube had an investment in me. I think they knew that I was not a polished writer, so I like to compare myself to, I was playing and one street ball, killing it at these local courts. Okay. But nigga, this is the NBA. You feel me? Like there's a rule book, there's a play, there's structure here. So I think there's a raw, undeniable talent that I had, and then I had to find what is my joke, right? And with black people, I think that it's our cadence, it's our timing. Some stuff is not just written funny that we're gonna say, right? Like I think it's not, and I recognize I had to figure out how to do that, because so many jokes, I'm realizing I'm making Trevor laugh. These niggas think I'm funny. Why the fuck are my jokes not getting picked? What am I not doing right?
Right.
And it was like, oh, okay, X, you keep being funny in this way that's like in person with Trevor. It's timing, it's cadence, it's looks. Sometimes with black people, it's just a word, right? It's inflection. Yeah. It's like cadence, it's rhythm. And I'm like, how can I get that on the page? So I think I had to figure that out. I had to figure out the culture. And I think they gave me a lot of grace. I really do. And we started like meeting weekly and going over my jokes, because I'm like, I need data. And I would say shout out to Big Ange. He's a writer there. And I literally went into his office. Yes, Big Ange. And I went into his office, Rob, and I was like, Ange, I'm fucking up. My jokes are not getting picked. I feel like I'm writing little short stories. Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Like, how do you write a joke? Literally, tell me. And so Ange was like, okay, see here, your setup is not strong enough, so this punch is not going to hit. This is too long. You could cut that. And we did that for a long time. And I was just like, getting it. And finally, I think my Meghan Markle joke was the first joke that I wrote, and it went viral. And when Black Twitter started reposting it, that's when I was like, okay, I fucking did it. But that's the only joke that I can say that I wrote. You know, like, there's so many, when you're in a writer's room, there's sometimes it's like, okay, it was Rob's setup, but it was my punch, right? Or I kind of got a premise, and I'll go into Josh Johnson's office, or I talk to Devin, and I'm like, Delaquanti, like, this shit is just not punchy enough. He was like, okay, we need to see it. So maybe if you say Trump got bit by this, and then we can see. I'm like, okay, cool. So it was a lot of that. But that Meghan Markle joke was the first time that I watched it. And then that's when I had to realize, too, like, X, what you keep trying to be like everybody else, which Deion Cole said when he got to Conan O'Brien. What is your shit? And I'm like, I'm a Black woman from America. Ain't nobody in this room that. Right? Okay. So that Meghan Markle joke hit because it was a Black woman's perspective.
Right.
And Trevor got to do it. So yeah, I will say, I think they gave me a lot of grace. Those writers, I will forever be grateful to them. They gave a lot of patience for me because I suck.
Give it up to X getting paid while learning how to write a joke. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
No, I'm telling you, I'm God's favorite. I'm for real. I should have got fired 11 times. And I think because Trevor comes from the bottom, he was just like, you know what, let X cook. And he told me that. He told me that 2 years later.
Man, that's a beautiful story. You know, it's a lot of people with Daily Show packets right now just crumbling them like, dang, no, like, how bad was my packet? They couldn't teach me. I could go to tutorial. Well,
the thing is though, Rob, here's the thing. Why were they willing to teach me? Because they liked me.
Because you was out there and winning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm still funny. Yeah. Also, I'm an improviser. Of course. So they didn't have that energy in the room. A lot of writers, and they love me, so they ain't gonna mind me saying it, they're very stoic. They're very like coming to work, okay. And also, you know, a lot of them have been there in a minute. You get comfortable. That check is nice. It's coming in weekly. Them residuals is cute. So it's just another day. And I'm coming in like, like I'm so excited, and I have all this energy. So I have something that is valuable to the room. Yeah.
Also, I feel like a positive attitude is important.
Yeah.
Also, you know, when you get shut down, you pitch something, it doesn't work, being able to come right back, very important, not easy to do.
Oh, my God. Especially with this nigga Trump, who's, like, joking the joke. Like, it was very difficult under his presidency to do shit like that and try to find something. And also, like, I feel that it taught me the value of just rejection, which I already know because I've been acting and auditioning since I was 12. But I feel like,
really,
yeah, I've been at this for 21 years.
Okay, when you were 12, like you were going out for different
Yeah,
roles,
I would find little newspaper clippings and different local stuff. We would drive up and down Hollywood, whatever there was audition for teenagers, little stuff like that. And I was my own agent, so I would make like a schedule and be like, Mama, these are our auditions. And I was a dancer. I was a dancer first, so any dancer auditions, anything.
Okay.
I was like,
what style of dance?
I did it all. I did jazz, tap. I did ballet.
Jazz and tap.
Yeah, always jazz and tap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did jazz, tap, ballet. There's an African style called Teratibu that I did.
Okay.
Yeah, hip hop. But yeah, I started dancing. Oh my God, I was 6, 7. And did that forever. And even fresh out of high school, the second day out of high school, I flew to New York to audition for Alvin Ailey's Summer Dance Intensive. I didn't get in, but I was determined. Like I wanted to do it so bad.
Okay, you was gonna be for real.
Yeah, always been an artist.
First position, second position, third position.
Twerk the middle. Yeah. New position.
Okay. I didn't even realize Aaliyah was talking. I didn't know the boat was rocking from ballet.
Yes,
I didn't know
it was rock the ballet, Rob. Yes,
I didn't know. That song caused such a conflict in my life.
Cause she died.
Yeah. And it's like,
and they posted them making the video, like,
and it's like this song is too sexy She's dead.
It's for this tragedy,
Yeah.
And I was a big Aaliyah fan. I made my mama take me down to the Sloss, and I got a R.I.P. baby girl jean jacket with her face spray painted. I was serious.
She's like stroking for me, and it's like, no,
No.
I can't stroke it for you, Aaliyah.
No.
I can't.
She said, explore my body, please. No.
Oh man. You you've been an actress, but actor. I don't know what's appropriate now, because now it's female actor.
Yeah, I don't care.
Is it actress? If I say actress, is that bad?
Both are correct to me, so neither one is bad. So you could say whichever.
But you were in Swarm.
Yeah. Yes, I was in Swarm.
You was in Swarm. You was in The Blackening.
I was. Yes. That was actually me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had come on. Them big projects.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful. I took the risk, I think, while being at the Daily Show. As grateful as I was, I knew that it was the Daily Show with Trevor Noah and not X Mayo. So I think the second week that I was there, I had to go shoot a small part in The Farewell, which ended up being a huge movie. But I took the risk, and my mama was like, what if he don't let you off? And then I was like, well, I have to quit because I am a star. So I was like, I'm not there. They already got their top 5. Like, they got their starting 5 here at the Daily Show, which they didn't need to change. And so I knew there wasn't a spot for me. And it's like, I need to be on camera. So I never stopped auditioning. And I think I auditioned for American Auto while I was working at the Daily Show. Like, I had to go I think I might have been patient zero with COVID, because I flew like 3 times in February, got sick. February 2020, excuse me.
American Auto, that's a sitcom?
American Auto, like automobile, yeah. I was on NBC.
NBC?
It was 2 seasons, yeah.
Come on, 2 seasons?
I'm very grateful. But yeah, I auditioned for that while working at the Daily Show, because I was just like, and then I kept producing Who Made the Potato Salad. I never stopped. We went to SVA Theater, which was our biggest
theater. That's an improv
in
group. That's not the movie.
Yeah. No relation to Jaleel White. But shout out, he's an icon.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Jaleel White.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Yes,
he don't know yet.
Yeah, he don't, but he will.
Yeah.
But Who Made the Potato Salad is a sketch comedy show / community resource hub. So we started in 2017, and then I think in 2019 we had outgrew the Tank Theater and moved to SVA, and I think we had like 350 people there. That was our biggest show in New York. Yeah, that was the queer takeover with Alex English. He did stand up for it.
Okay, shout out Alex.
Shout out Alex English. Yeah. So I never stopped doing my own shit at the Daily Show, and I would say that that's what I'm most proud of, is that I was able to navigate that schedule and that workload and still focus on my stuff, because I knew that there were golden handcuffs there, and I knew that that wasn't the end for me. I knew that that was a part of my story, and I think my foundation is to take risk, and I took a risk by going to New York on vacation and just staying. That's why my name is $80 in a suitcase, and it got me to Trevor. So I think it shows me.
That's why that's your IG name. Got you.
Yeah, I went to New York on vacation when I had quit acting, and I was was supposed to be doing makeup. That person who told me that I would be able to work for her, it ended up falling through. Like, I sent her an email. She was like, oh, you really serious? And I was like, yeah, never heard from her again. So then I hit up all my LA connects, and I was like, who do you know in New York? And so I got to dress the models. But I went there for 2 weeks with the intent to just go dress the models for Fashion Week and come back. But I ended up falling in love with the city, and everybody I talked to was broke. And I was like, well, I'm broke too, so you're no better than me. So if you can do it, I can do it. And then I had a out of the body experience when I went to go see Motown the musical, because my brother Larry Powell knew everyone there, because the Black Theater, anything is really small.
You had Broadway play money while you was out there.
Oh, let's be clear.
The $80 in the suitcase.
Let's be clear. Larry Powell had a student discount and knows everybody. We got to pay $35. Let's be clear.
I only got $80, but I gotta find out, how did Motown? Did they make it? Did Barry Gordy make it? What is Smokey gonna be okay? Are they gang banging or not?
Yes. No, I definitely. Let me tell you something. I am a resourceful girl, so I had so many other homies from LA that was out there. And then I made friends with people, even now from Sweden. My girl Ellen, she's one of my best friends. And like, it was like an out of the body experience. It felt like something out of a movie that we were just kept meeting and connecting with people as we went to parties. And then we kind of created a gang of like 9 people who spent like a week together. And we just kept, sleeping at each other's little rooms that we had and hotels. And we had, I'll get you for this and you'll get me for that. We just kept like putting our shit together and just became this little like amazing kismet core of like creatives and artists that I'm still friends with to this day.
Wow.
And that was in 2013. And so, yeah, when I went to go see Motown the Musical, we went up there and it was nobody on the stage, and it was a Broadway stage, and I was like, oh my God, like this is my dream. Remember I told you I came to New York straight out of high school. Like New York was always the goal. I was voted most talented, best dancer, like always been a performer, like this is what I'm supposed to do. But I had quit acting for 2 years and I started doing makeup, which is how that whole thing happened. And then the director, Charles Randolph Wright, I was like crying and thanking him for his like artistry and his contribution to this project and how it made me feel. And I was so inspired. And he was like, oh, you live with fear. Like he read me immediately. And then he was like, you have a responsibility to live your dream and you have to do it now. And no one told me that I ever had to be accountable to live my dream. And I had to be responsible. And then he expressed a sense of urgency. So I called my mom that day and it turned into 8 years. And I was like, I'm not coming back to LA.
Wow. But now you're back.
Now I'm back. Yeah. I'd stay there for 8 years. It was the best 8 years of my life. If I had the chance, I would do it broke and I would do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At this age?
No.
Oh, okay.
If I was the age that I was.
Yeah. No, I said the same
hustle,
thing,
yeah.
but I'm like, I would have to be in my 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do it
absolutely.
again. But I would have
yeah.
to be in my 20s.
There's a level of just fearless and, young, wild, and free, and I don't give a fuck, and, working from 6 a.m. to 2, hitting the corner, working from 4 to 9, and then going doing comedy in somebody's basement and sleeping at the homie house, got your little bag, you take your shower, you go catering the next morning. Like, there's just a hustle and a just relentlessness that I have. And I will honestly say sometimes I miss. Sometimes I do miss that fire.
Same. Yeah, I do, and I miss the amount of reps as a stand-up. I was able to just get up like 12 times a week.
Yep.
Like leave a show, go to another show. Nobody's tripping. Nobody's like, you're gonna leave? You're gonna miss? Oh, like, hey, I'll catch you. Like, hey, man. Like, honestly, they respect you more when you leave and like, yo, he got somewhere to go.
Yeah. That nigga's on his grind. Yeah. I don't know where that nigga going.
I don't know where he going, but
going somewhere. Yeah.
And then, so I do miss that. I think I value stage time more here because it's so scarce.
Yes.
That I like. I don't waste time and mess around like maybe I used to, or I don't, just run through the motions. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say sometimes days in advance, but I do miss that, but there's a sense of, it all could go wrong. You get on the train and you do feel like, all right, the spidey sense is going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Like, at any moment it could go down. But some of that is that energy, like when you get to where you're supposed to go to and you get on that stage, it's like, yeah, like I went through a lot to get here.
Oh yeah, an amazing race.
Y'all about to get.
Yeah.
I'm putting it all on this stage.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I love New York for that. I appreciate it, and I say this as a LA native. Like, there is nobody doing theater like the girls in New York. Art, painting, singing, dancing, comedy. Anybody I meet who's at the tippy top, they did some type of like stint in New York.
Yeah.
At some point, even if it was just a year, there's just something that's there. And the city challenges you financially. It's so expensive. It challenges you emotionally and mentally because it's so cold. It's so hot. Spatially, dealing with people. Like, I remember when I stopped being nice because I remember a pregnant woman pushed me and I pushed her back because I said, if you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. And it's cold. So that's fine.
Okay.
Like, that's when I was like, oh, okay, now it's real. Because before, I was the one holding the train, everybody cussing me out, they ready to jump me as soon as we get to, Clinton Street, Washington style. And I was sitting there trying to be nice and everything like that. And, it was just, that's not the city for that. We don't got time for that. It's hot. We packed up on this train. But yeah, you learn that as you go in New York. And then you realize New Yorkers, once you get to know them, they're some of the sweetest people you'll ever meet.
For me, it's hitting them steps, no rail. No rail. Putting your hand on the rail, that's nasty.
Ew.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
so
no.
You just got to hit them steps.
Yeah, absolutely.
No rail.
No, I'm holding on
Quick.
to faith, period. I'm like, God, get me up these steps.
Right. X, did you always go by X Mayo?
No, I didn't.
Like, as a performer?
No,
I want to
didn't
ask
even.
your government since it's a secret. So you know what I'm saying. You ain't gotta tell me that. Whoever
No.
you on the run from, they ain't gonna get no information from this pod.
No. Yeah, I started being called that before I was like, I would say like solo performing.
You just walking around
On your best day, rolling the Wild West way, giving it up, leaving the whole world stuck.
Please, Rob, go to hell. No, I got the name in 2003. Yes. And before I had so many iterations of my name, because my name is Soshi.
Okay.
And people would call me in high school. They would call me so def XO. So if I hear that, I know you really know me, and I know you are from LA, and you really from LA, right? Because there's people who think they're from LA, and Ego Rock is not LA. So they're like,
Ooh.
what? That's a fact.
What you mean?
Clock that T. Yeah, click. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Is that a Glock? Is that a gun?
Yeah.
I like that.
My reload is stronger. My gunshot isn't as strong as the reload. Like, the gunshot kind of weak, but the reload is like
that's
official.
training day.
Yeah.
That's training day clip. Yeah. So they used to call me that. So X, I like that name. People started calling me that, and then as I started writing more, and then quitting acting, and every time I quit acting, I went into something more creative because I'm not a 9-to-5 bitch. So I was just like, that is something that is powerful. It's memorable. It's X. I felt like I have that factor. It's like you don't forget it. I think it's something. And then there's also a girl with my name who's far more famous than me. So it just works out. So you're not going to get us mixed up. So yeah, I like X Mayo. And I think it's memorable, and like people never forget X. Just the letter alone is just memorable. It looks cool.
It does look cool. It also looks like, I don't know if this person do comedy. Like, she might DJ, or like, you know what I'm saying? She might have some beats or something too, Yeah,
she can do whatever. Yeah. Like, she might have some immersive art fucking installation.
Right.
Yeah, what does she do? And I'm an artist, so yeah, I can do whatever.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, that's how X Mayo came about. Like, someone gave me that name. It stuck. People started calling me that. And then when I got to New York, I was just like, yeah, I want to go by that. It's memorable, and I like that as a stage name. And now that's my name.
Fire. Did you ever get in like issues with? I used to have this, and my stage name and my real name are very similar. But like going to auditions and doormen being like, "Give me your ID,"
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
be like, "Hey, no," but I have like, they're not gonna put. Then they're like, "Just give it to me," and then like there's a whole thing. They'll call up. They'll get like yelled at or whatever. Then they're like, "Why didn't you say anything?" It's like, oh my God! Like I tried to.
Well, you attacked me.
Yeah.
And you were like, give me that damn ID. But yeah, I get that. And also, when people say my name in their phone, I've had this a couple times. A girl called me late at night, and she was like, can you just talk, please? And I was like, what? She was like, well, my boyfriend thinks that you are my ex and that I'm saving you alias. And I was like, well, he's fucking stupid because we could still be fucking. Even though I'm a woman.
No, that's the worst thing. No, don't say that. No,
yeah,
no.
and that's what she
This
said.
is not time to yes and. No.
It was just like he's stupid. You're dumb. Like, but that's how like toxic some men are to think like, oh, if it's a woman, I mean, yeah, she ain't gonna.
You always texting X. Ha 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 ha. X, you so funny. You a natural talent.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Absolutely. So I've had that as well. I think that's the nature of my name. People have forgotten that oh yeah, that could be a person, but they're like, oh no, this is an alias. Like, you fucking around. So I've had that a few times. I think twice.
Saving your ex's ex is sick. That's sick. You might as well just save them as their name.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color sky, X?
Color sky?
Yeah.
Like the sky?
Yeah.
Like the clouds?
Like whatever's above us, but like, what's your favorite
I'm sorry,
iteration?
I'm just so flabbergasted. I've never heard this question before.
It's unique to this podcast, the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.
Yes,
yeah.
I will say, I do. LA has the best sunset. Sorry, not sorry.
Because of the pollution.
Yeah, correct.
The pollution makes it.
You think you
fire.
can get that level of pink with some clear air? No, sir.
No.
I would say my favorite sky would have to be, oh, that's hard. It's like super duper clear blue, and then Magic Hour. I love Magic Hour. When I was in film school, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a whole fucking movie, and Magic Hour is going to be, I thought it was Scorsese.
Your crew is going to be pissed.
Oh, they're like, we're going to shoot this short over the course of 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 3 scenes. So, yeah. I would say, yeah, blue skies, and then
when
Magic
is the
Hour.
Magic Hour?
Magic Hour, I would say right now, because it's about when the sun is like close to setting, but not setting. I would say 7 o'clock now.
Oh, okay, so it
sets at 8
changes with different
with the time. When we jump forward, backward, whatever the shit the government made up. Because how the fuck is everybody not doing that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Well, scientists don't. They don't.
They don't subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
they
it's
know.
like,
They smart.
yeah, it's some farmer stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Is that how it came about?
Yeah, I think so.
And then why are we all subscribing? I'm not a farmer.
Everything's from the farmers.
Okay,
The
Rob,
school
shut up.
year. The school year is from the
Rob,
because the kids got to get to work when it's hot outside. They got to get back to the farm. Before they had child labor laws, it was like, that's cool. Y'all can learn when it's cold outside. When these crops start coming back, y'all need to get back on the field. It's all from farm stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of want to believe you.
Why would I lie? Why would I lie?
I don't know,
have
Rob.
a farm.
Yeah.
I'm not a farmer. I'm not capping for these people.
No, I know. I just have never heard that. I didn't know where it came from, and I just kind of like went along with it. I'm like, oh yeah, daylight savings, spring forward, fall backward, all that bullshit. But I'm just like, how is every country not doing this? This can't be like a universal theme for the world. It's just America.
It's just America.
Wow, I'm gonna look into that farm
capitalism.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a raggedy bitch.
Because we gotta sell something.
Yeah, capitalism is
it's fire.
Okay.
It's fire.
Okay, because
we wouldn't have the blueprint without capitalism.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
and if it's worth
Cash
it,
Money Records raised me. I was raised.
Same.
I had a dollar sign on my chest from the middle of the mall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Capitalism has fucked us in a lot of ways.
I guess. I like Lil Wayne. I don't know.
I like them all. Yeah, I do. I mean, big timers, all them. Give me a project chick. Like, all that raised me. But I do think that it exploits many people, the most vulnerable, and we're seeing it now today, and it's disgusting. Just the greedy keep getting greedier. There's just never enough.
Oh my God! Just because you're a human being, you're supposed to have the same thing as everybody else. Boring. Rights, a place to live, food,
healthcare access.
Come on,
yeah.
how you gonna stunt on these niggas if everybody got the same thing? That's.
I know. Sorry, X is just a downer. Oh my God.
I'm playing. You have to say that now.
Oh, you do?
I'm joking.
People can't tell that you are clearly being sarcastic.
It's not always. Everybody doesn't
amen.
get sarcasm.
You know, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Especially when I put out clips. Like, I interviewed this artist who was supported by his family, and he's a visual artist. He's very talented, Frico. He's supported by his family, and I was talking about how, like, that's messed up. Like, I thought, you know, artists were just tortured and their family wouldn't support visual arts. Like, how you gonna make money? And people really thought I was being serious.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, no, like, this is my friend, and I'm joking. And I'm low-key jealous, you know? I was Plan B to
system.
death, you
Yeah.
know? Well, I mean, not literally.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
They didn't take a Plan B, but
Right.
but like they were putting on me like, you got to figure out how to make money, to the point where I was like burnt out on a thing I didn't even really love and had no training in. I wanted to be an actor when I was 4.
Really, Rob?
And never really pursued it, just because I just, like, it was just, my parents just saw struggle in it. Yeah, you know.
Rob, that makes me sad.
Don't be sad.
Because I do feel like
I'd be Orlando Brown.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I would be Orlando Brown.
Don't you dare.
What you mean?
Excuse me.
I would be that'd be me.
No, listen.
That'd be me.
That nigga is. If I ever saw,
I used to hate on him. We had a field trip to go watch the premiere of one of his movies when I was in 4th grade, and I used to be hating, and all the girls was like, "Oh my God, Orlando Brown!" I was like, "Man, that's supposed to be me. I'm supposed to be 3J. I'm supposed to be on Family Matters. I'm supposed to be on the Jamie Foxx show. I'm supposed to be That's So Raven."
No. This, God bless him. He is on the sick and shut in. He is on my prayer list, Mr. Orlando Brown. My God. But no, Rob, I really think that's a real thing. I just saw TikTok what somebody said, and it made me think about what I've been renegotiating I've been renegotiating the idea of whether or not I should be giving advice. And the thing is, the reason why I say that is because there's so many factors that were not within my control that you may or may not have. And these factors that contribute to my success are my foundation. And without them, I don't even get to the first and the most important step in pursuing your dreams, which is believing in yourself. So without having a mom who was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Okay, Mom, I'm doing these plays for the church." I was 19. My first play I wrote and directed. She was like, "Okay, so what?" I was like, "Mom, I need you to make these costumes." She's like, "Okay, cool." Then I called my Theo Pancho. "I need you to change my alternator because I got to pick up all the cast and drive them all around the city."
That really didn't have to do with the play. But
no,
I appreciate
I have
that
to
being
drive
in
everybody around.
You also have to
Rob,
just get around.
No, Rob.
The alternator really is not a part of the.
No, it started being running. It started being ran down on that bitch twice.
The church is gonna be playlist if you don't fix my alternator. All right, I feel like your car just been clicking, but all right.
My Theo Pancho, he held me down. He don't hold me up, he held me down. But yeah, I had a crazy support system. I have 9 aunts and uncles, and my mom never missed a recital, never missed a show. One of my aunts or 2 or 3 uncles, like 1 out of 9 of them was there, and always being supportive. So I saw a TikTok recently where some girl was like, "Why are you comparing yourself to someone that has a support system? Stop that shit." Right? And so I thought about like, should I? And I think, I think that I have advice that like, okay, listen, you can eat the meat and spit out the bone. What applies to you, take it. If it don't apply, let it fly. But I've been thinking about that too, because I do feel like, am I someone that should be giving advice knowing that I have an unwavering amount of support that I've had since I was a kid? I've been told you are a star and you're going to be famous since I had a thought.
I mean,
so I'm just like, I think that it's not fair. If I'm coming at you and I'm trying to tell you these things, I'm telling you these things even subconsciously from a place of knowing I have all of that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, should I? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, maybe you can't give advice when it comes to the lack of support or what support should look like. But you have so many valuable experiences that you could pull from and share from.
Yeah.
That I don't think that you couldn't just give advice at all.
Yeah.
And also, to shoot my family some bail, they raised me well, the best they knew. They weren't.
They got you as far as they could. And what I said, listen,
they didn't want me to be
thinks,
like Todd Bridges and Gary Coleman and just, you know what I'm saying?
No, but here's the thing: they had apprehension, rightfully so. And to this day, as much as I'm talking about my mama supporting me, she's like, me, how you know you could get a degree? Like, she's still, my mama's Mexican. She's like, hey, listen, listen, Steven, because my baby brother's going to Morehouse. She's like, Spelman is right next door. Take your ass.
Right.
Like, my mama's still like, and she never got a degree, but she still feels like, me, how this is an uncertain ass business, So just as much as she supported me, she was still just like, oh, I believe in my daughter, but she's nervous. So I get that with your family too. And I was not saying that.
Oh, no. I just know
I
that people listen to the pod. I didn't feel like I was getting that from you. It's just like, hey, before y'all start snitching, sending time codes and stuff to my people, just know that, you know what I'm saying? They from an era where if you got a degree, that was your ticket and you was super straight. And they just wanted me to be straight. They wanted me to be all right. And they knew, you meet some good people there and you could,
But this is a different time now. You can't even get just a degree. Like, if you don't have a master's, no one's checking for you. Like, a bachelor's is like a high school diploma now. So there's so much school. It's just different now from millennials on down.
That's true.
It's just not the same. But I give advice. So even though I've been renegotiating the idea of giving advice, I still, when people ask me explicitly like about certain things within business, because I think people know that I'm in a business of entertainment and I'm a producer, and I like to say I'm a businesswoman first before I'm an artist.
Capitalism, you know what I'm saying? Cha-ching.
Okay, no.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businesswoman.
I'm very clear on the business of entertainment that we're in, and I think I approach it in a very logical way a lot of times, and I'm very clear on where my cachet lies in this business and how certain things just genuinely will not come. Opportunities will not come until I have a bigger name in this business, until I'm deemed to be more valuable. Like, whether we like it or not, as actors, as writers, as directors, we are all cars on this fucking car lot. And the studios are owning these car lots, and they're like, hey, no one's checking for Toyotas, and X is a Toyota. They're looking for yellow Hummers. Who was the yellow Hummer? That's what's selling right now. So until it's your time, until somebody want to give you a shot, you just got to keep making your own shit and doing what you're doing. So I think because I approach it in a very pragmatic way, I give my homies advice too on how to navigate their teams and how to kind of dismiss. I think stand-ups are a little better. But actors were so emotional. It's like, why aren't they getting me this? Why aren't they it says, you don't know if they're putting you up for it. You're not famous. Like, I think because I speak in a very matter of fact way, like, this is the system that we're working in. It's not going to change. You can either work in it or get out.
Cause stand-ups, we've been dealing with it the whole time. So we've been in the back of the club getting handed money, in a handshake and counting it in the bathroom and coming back, and then they get the shotgun, and then it's like, you know what, I think it is all there, and leaving. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff.
No, I think it is.
You know what? Hey, I miscounted. My bad. Yeah. I'm gonna head on out of here, man. I don't even need these drink tickets. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. It's a very specific experience. I feel like that happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Oh my God. Yes. But yeah. So I think. Well, Rob said I can keep giving advice, so I think I'll keep keeping on.
Keep giving advice.
Yeah.
I appreciate your positive attitude. We played an improv game.
Oh, I talked about it on the show with Langston and David. Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I'm out here messing it up. And you're like, no, there's no wrong answer. Like, we're all doing good. We're doing good. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. And
yeah.
No. And I appreciate that because I feel like that is contagious. I feel like, you know, I was like, oh, I feel like if somebody might have quit with the attitude I was bringing, myself included, and we didn't quit, and we got there, and part of it was the positivity, and then it was like, oh, what if that's what the game is about? What if the game is about showing you the power of positivity, listening, and also being active and creative and everything, and trying to combine as a hive mind, but also positivity.
Yeah, the game that Rob was referring to is called Mind Meld.
I didn't know if you wanted to give him all that.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying? I ain't mentioned what the game was.
It's not a
hey, the game is to be sold, not to be told. You know what I'm saying? Capitalism.
All
Buy my book.
Okay. Rob, I'm gonna beat your ass at the end of this goddamn pod.
That's why the distance is so far, because in the room, you would be beating my...
I kept hitting Kev. Did you see my interview with him? They kept saying it was like, damn, I felt that. And I'm heavy-handed. I have all brothers and a lot of male cousins. But the game is called Mind Meld. And improvisers, we play it, and it's a game with the goal for everyone to get on the same page and to say the same words. So everybody's saying different words at the same time. We say 3, 2, 1. We all say a word. We listen to everybody's word. And it's like, what combines that word? So if somebody said like chicken, argument, dinner table, it's like chicken, argument, dinner table, chicken, argument, dinner table. I'm thinking Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
We still. But see, that's the thing. Me, Rob, and Snow got on the same page. Rob was rejecting me and was like, nah, X, we can't play right now. We were working at the time.
Hey,
but it was like
I subscribe to work hard, play hard. If you see me being goofy, you see me playing music, you see me doing the chicken head in these rooms, just know when it's time to be on point, I'm on point.
1,000%.
And part of that is because I want the room and space to be my goofy self.
Yes, so we got to handle business.
Yeah.
And I think there was a performance going on.
They were setting up. Something
was happening that we
did have downtime.
Yeah.
But we did need to be present for when it was time to pay attention.
Yes, and I think it was an artist that I really didn't care for, so my brain just went out. And that's where Rob is great.
We don't have to.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying my justification as to why I was checked out, and I was like, y'all, let's play this game, because I think that's what was going on.
There are
Rob,
some years watching the BET Awards where I don't like everybody.
Yeah.
This year, I did like everybody.
Yeah.
I
think I liked everybody,
all of the people that I listened to this year.
But there was somebody who wasn't my favorite. Somebody who was if they didn't perform, I wouldn't bat an eye. So I think I was checked out, rightfully so. Rob was like, hey, we should be watching this. So he didn't want to play the game. And I was like, okay, cool. Then I started listening to my podcast. And I think Rob started playing it. And then he tapped me. And I think he had started. And I was like, oh, y'all really want to play?
Yeah.
So then we started. And it was me, him, and Snow. And then Rob was kind of, I would say, judging himself for some of his words. Like he was like, oh dang, I shouldn't. And I literally love the game because I'm not fucking with you when I say like every word is correct.
Yeah.
Because whatever you feel
great.
is right.
Let's go.
And then Evan was on the side. Evan was like, nah, Rob, I don't think that's that right. And I was just like, yeah, I totally see how you and Snow are stand-ups and I'm an improviser. But I knew that inherently, by me continuously doing that, there's no way you can't come to the light.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So I just knew, like, if I keep doing that and keep supporting you, literally, we're going to get there. Like, that is the goal. And I think because I'm a producer as well, I know that there is so much power in going to the person. Like, you have to, with talent, I go to them. Like, if I know I need to email you all this information, but you really are great in the DMs. I'm going to DM it to you.
Okay.
If I know that I'm still going, you're going to have an email to refer back to, but I'm going to DM it to you. If I know I need a specific headshot from you and you're particular about something, but you're not as responsive, I'm going to text you a picture and say, I'm going to use this one. Is that good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know, like, I think I know how to go to the person. I think I know how to lose, right? Like, you have to know how to lose when it comes to, like, collaboration. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I am on top of my shit, being positive with Robin Snow. And we got there twice.
We got there twice.
We did.
And I'm not a great loser. I'm more like Michael Jordan with the iPad. Like, I want to see my enemies fall, you know, like comedy competitions. I didn't think of comedy as like, oh, this is an individual thing. I felt like this is a sport and I'm about to, like, be the phenom. I'm about to be LeBron, the McDonald's All-American. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now I have a more like different idea, because I'm like, after working on projects, you're like, there are so many names on this call sheet, and all of them are important, and all of them have a role. And without being able to work with people, you can't make big things. You can't make huge things like a movie, like a TV show, like a cartoon. And so then with that, it's like, okay, I got to put some of that ego and some of that, you know, it's me away. And when it's time to turn that on, I need to turn that on.
Absolutely.
So that these people that are my teammates can be confident that I'm going to do my thing and that I'm going to, you know, make the right decisions, the funny decisions that keep us going, you know, but at the same time being able to know when to tap into that and when to not tap into that, you know. But yeah, you want to play one real quick right now?
Oh my God, you want to do it my mail?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Is this against improv law to be like, y'all can't be recording this now? Like, I mean, it's one thing to explain it, but it's something else to be recording.
We can't be. We gotta hide.
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Yes.
I don't know.
And that was a subtle shot at us improvisers. But you know what, improvisers, I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna hold it down for us. Okay.
Hey.
Because these stand-ups, they be trying us. And it's
what
like,
you
listen.
mean? The stand-ups don't try to improv. Y'all be getting all the work, all the jobs. You know what I'm saying? Larry David don't even come to the club to watch us do stand-up. He's like, bro, can you play with me? You know what I'm saying? So
he says, what? Do it again?
Bro, can you play with me? You know how Larry David is. You know how LD is.
I ain't on that basis, LD. I don't know.
That's what they call him on the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't watch the
Larry
show.
David come through, you know.
Yeah, come through the Inconsistent Podcast.
I was on the Tonight Show when Larry David was on there, and at the end of the show, I went up to him. I was like, yo, dog, you the reason I bought a Prius, dog. I messed with you the long way, dog. You don't even know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then we leaving, and Larry David was like, how did it go? And I was like, it went great. And I was like, wow, that's nice. He asked me how it went, but also that means he did not watch my set.
No.
At all.
Not even a little bit. He don't care about nothing.
And I'm up there like, if I kill this, I'm going to be on whatever curve 2, I'm going to be on curve 2.
Yeah. Nah.
Shout out Larry David, though. Shout out my dog.
He don't give a damn about nothing. Yeah. Okay, so let's play Mind Meld.
Okay.
Okay, I got my word. Do you have your word?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Star Wars.
Lollipop Star Wars.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We got this.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Popsicle.
Children popsicles.
Children popsicles. Okay.
Children popsicles. Okay.
All right.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ice cream truck. Ooh! And it was 3 words.
Yeah.
What's up?
But that's the thing about Mind Meld. As soon as you do that with a person, you are cemented forever. Rob, I can see you for 2 years.
Okay.
And if I catch you and we do it, I promise you, it'll be just like never. Like, it is a spell. Like,
Okay.
there was a girl that I worked with, and she wasn't an improviser, but I told her she should, because we would get it like in 2 tries. Like, she's so good. But I think that's just on a human level. She's just like, well, what is X trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about my word, but I'm really thinking about your word. Like, let me go to Rob, right? And so she's not an improviser, but to this day, like, she will DM me, and she loves playing it. She'll be like, X, let's play. She's so good, but I know if I would just see her, like, just randomly, I haven't seen her in person in like 5 years, I know it would be like, we would be able to get it in like probably 2 tries, maybe 3 maximum.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy. X, are you nerdy about anything? Is there anything that you're like obsessed with?
Yes. I'm such a fucking nerd. A nerd to the point where there's docs and Google Sheets and analytics.
Okay.
Sports docs.
Sports docs.
I am a nerd, like, to the point where I have Google Docs and I've transcribed it, and then I bold certain. Yeah, I write everything they're saying because I'm an actor, so that helps me memorize.
Wait, why are you memorizing?
No, I need to.
Why are you memorizing?
Some of these shits I need to. Absolutely.
Did this dude just did this?
Not winning time.
Did this dude just did this? I'm gonna learn this. Did this dude just did this?
No. I genuinely believe that I'm an athlete, and I approach what I do like a sport. So I never think that I'm going to write the first joke that I think of, or, well, maybe now because I've gotten 6 years of reps. But let's just say if I was to write a movie, I would never think that I'm going to step on the court the first time and be Kobe, right? Like, I have to put my 10,000 hours in. So that's how I look at it. So I go in, and I think that I think I told you about that book, Mindset. I think that anybody can do anything. I think if you wanted to rap, if you wanted to DJ, you'd start out, you'd be sucked, and then... Yes. And then you would do it consistently and get your reps in. And then in 3 to 5 years, you start cooking. Like, that's just what it is. I think anybody can do anything. So I think with sports docs, I think they're so applicable to life. There's so many life lessons that I learned. So, no, I don't know all the stats of like Gary Payton and, prime time and fucking Tom Brady and stuff like that. But I've deeply, I've listened to and invested in like the mental conditioning therapist of Russell Wilson, right? Like Trevor Moawad, R.I.P. And his book, like, It Takes What It Takes. Like, I'm very much so invested. So anything sports related as far as how they train and conditioning, not the stats, not like, Draymond Green was putting down 30 points last night. No, I don't know that. I don't know that. And also, Draymond, I'm sorry I mentioned your name because he's very violent. So I don't know if that will offend him.
He's cool. He's cool.
I just see him. I like his passion. I will say that.
Everything I've written for Draymond, he said. So,
okay.
I'm cool with Draymond right now. I'm on Draymond's side.
Yeah. He's just very passionate. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes it scares me. But I am a basketball nerd. I do love basketball. But like, if you can't ask me about stats and all this stuff.
Wait.
But yeah,
do you watch sports or just the docs?
I watch basketball.
You watch basketball?
Yeah. I don't watch football. Okay. I don't watch golf, cricket, volleyball, none of that.
Tennis?
Tennis, Serena and Venus.
They done.
Yeah, they done. So I'm done.
But what about Coco?
My girl. Yeah, Coco. I was about to say my girl
Naomi,
that just
Osaka.
Hold it down. Naomi just had her baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love them. Any black person, I'm in it to win it.
Okay.
But yeah, so sports docs. So I will say, like, and I like deep cuts. I like Perfect in 76 is one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
It's about the Indiana Hoosiers. And how they won the NC2A tournament. But why are you laughing?
Because you sound like somebody who like read but never heard. NCAA. No one says. I mean, I guess you can say NC2A. I guess.
Okay.
It's 2A is there.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I'm SNOOPDOZZ. Okay, I'm from LA, so it's NC2A.
Okay.
SNOO. That's how we do it. Okay. So They won the.
I was mad when he got rid of the doggy.
I
was like, what?
I don't know what's happening.
What?
I'm never calling
Master
him
P
Snoop
couldn't
Lion.
buy the doggy?
I'm never calling him a
Suge
lion.
Knight took his doggy away.
He did. Oh, should be locked up. But yeah, so
where's that doggy?
So the Perfect in 76 is about the Indiana Hoosiers, and they won the NC2A tournament. And the coach, what I loved about him is that he said, we're not just going to win the tournament. We're going to have a perfect season.
Was that Bobby Knight?
I think so.
He was crazy.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't do
Later on,
after.
like in the 2000s, he threw a chair at somebody. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so I got to watch that doc.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so one thing that he said in the doc that gave me a rule, I never get in the comments. I never go back and forth with trolls on social media. That's just such like low vibrational and just not, I just can't do that. I just don't engage with it. It's no purpose for me. But one reason that kind of cemented why is he was just like telling the guys, like after they kept winning and you're seeing like they're not losing, he's like, listen, the reason these other teams want to beat you is not just because they want to beat you, but we have a perfect season as of now. So when they beat you, it's an event. So when I thought about that, it's like, X, because of who you are, when you respond, it becomes an event. Like it's nothing when nobody. So that's how I took it as. So that's why I love sports docs and I transcribe them, and I'm a nerd and I am very analytical and I love philosophy. So I like cross-reference different stoics. Like I have a time. Like I can go in that cave for months and not come out.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like obviously Kobe Bryant music before he passed was like a morning ritual.
Okay.
But yeah, I love sports docs. So I really nerd out about that. And I have like my Google Sheets, cross references, all that. I do. I love it. Because then they always reference a book or some type of philosopher or something. And I think when I watched the Belichick, and he was just like, great people don't like mediocre people, and mediocre people don't like great people. And I was like, true. But yeah, I love Love Means Zero, one of my favorite docs, and that was the guy who taught Serena how to do tennis, but that taught me the value of teaching because he got people to places that he himself had never gone.
Oh, who this man? This ain't her daddy?
No, he's a white man.
What?
Who's still alive.
Man, I ain't with all that propaganda, dog. Will Smith taught Serena how to play tennis.
No, he didn't say that he was the like reason like that she started. I think they talk about her dad's influence in it, but he definitely was her coach. He was her coach. He was her coach. He was the coach.
You too LA to be giving props to this white man.
Yeah, and I think he's still alive, but he was very, very interesting. But he started doing tennis.
I'm gonna pull up on him.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna watch this movie just so I see what he look like.
And I'm
gonna
pull up on him.
And it's gonna be a racket. It's gonna be a racket.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a serve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but yeah.
No love. You know what I'm saying?
He is a very interesting and peculiar human being, but he started tennis as a means to just make money. He came from Italy, and it was like, yeah, this is a skill that you can acquire, and he just learned how to teach really well. So it taught me the value of when people say those who can't do teach. It was like, yeah, that is like a prime example of it. But he didn't even attempt it to say he can't do it. Like he just like learned this skill, and he's such a good teacher. Hey. And it was like some of the top other ones, I can't think of their names, but all these top tennis players that got all these Wimbledons and all these medals under his teaching and stuff like that. So yeah, I love sports docs. I love stand up. I analyze it in my time. I was talking about that in the podcast I told you with Langston and David, like Jamie Foxx, I Might Need Security. Like I go back to those notes often.
Come on.
That's what I was analyzing.
When he talks about punching somebody in a crowd, it's such a funny bit, such a funny act out, and it's inserted into this LL Cool J story, and it's just, oh man. Yeah,
that's what I started when I was first started at the Daily Show. I was watching all of Trevor's stuff, and I went to some of the classics that I love because I was raised off of Comic View, so like RNSJ and Earthquake, and when I first wanted to do comedy, I pursued stand-up, Rob, because I thought that was my only option, and I was just like, everybody's mean. It was so not
we
nice.
We got a little mean streak, but
yeah.
you know,
I was going to Rob Stapleton's Salsa con Fuego, and
oh my God.
yeah, I was taking the train an hour and a half there to watch stand up and research it like a nerd. And then the only reason why I was able to go there, and I would pack my little lunch because I was so broke. But women got in for free. But in order to sit down, you had to pay for a table, which was like $250. I just didn't have that. So I was standing on the side with all the other stand-ups who were broke, and we would just sit there and watch. And I got to see some of the best stand-up I've ever seen in my life.
I never went to Salsa con Fuego because I never, like, for me to go there, like, everybody I knew was getting paid to be there. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to, like, I don't like bombing for money. If I don't like my set, I would like, this was like, I was notorious for this in Atlanta. I would be like, give the money to either someone else that like that I felt like did well, or I would just be like, you can keep it.
Oh wow.
Like I wouldn't, and comics hated that. They were like, dog, you gotta stop doing that.
Because they gonna think that I'm gonna do that.
You went up there. It don't matter, dog. If you did your time, now if you got off early, that's one thing. If you did your time, get your money. But like I hated that, and I felt like I was like, I would have to be just such a former version of myself to win in Harlem. And I did Footprints. Mm-hmm. I felt like they hated every joke. They loved when I complained about how much they hated the jokes. I was cracking them in between the jokes, and that's not fun.
No.
That's not fun to be like, the thing yourself. That I came here
prepared,
to do,
yeah.
that I like care about and have been crafting for years, y'all don't care about. But then I'm winning y'all over multiple times, but I still don't have y'all. And I don't know how to just, at that point, you know, now I could probably more seamlessly get into material and stuff and generate. But at that time, I needed my material.
Yeah.
And they just like seeing you squirm. And I just hated that because it was like, you know, like I feel like I won people over, and I feel like I had a relationship with talent after that, and he was putting me on all kind of stuff. But at the same time, it just felt like I don't want to do that with money on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference with doing a guest spot and just like, okay, this is for bread, and I don't want to put myself. I'll never turn down anything. Like I'll never be like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. I love doing jokes, you know, for people that look like me, for certain. But I'm realistic when it comes to the bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're such a purist, Rob. I think that's such a someone's like, you're such an artist in that way, to be like, because it feels like from my perspective when you say that, you're like, you know, I didn't do my job. You know, my job is to make you laugh and be entertaining, and that didn't happen for this audience tonight.
Right.
That does not mean that you are not talented. That does not mean that it won't work somewhere else. I think I learned that when I went on tour with Cypher, when we did improv tour, and I was like, oh, nigga, we are bombing in Charlotte. This is not it. And that's why I think people that I meet who are so egotistical in their comedy and their stand-up, and either they're new or like they just started to get cooking, it's like, nigga, you need to tour.
Yeah.
You need to tour.
Yeah,
because
you need to talk to
get
people
away.
who
Yeah.
don't know you coming, and just be able to win them over.
Yeah,
you know?
It's very hard to do. But yeah, I'm a nerd for those things. I love stand up.
Dope.
I love sports docs. I'm trying to think. I think I can watch that. I love reality TV. You and I talk about that.
Okay.
I feel like I am a Jersey Shore historian. I think season 3 of Jersey Shore is the best piece of reality television across any television show.
Better than Flavor of Love season 1 and 2? Or 2?
Not bad. I think they're neck and neck. I think Flavor of Love season 1, Jersey Shore season 3, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 6.
Okay.
Those 3, where are their Emmys?
Right.
Where are their
I'm
things?
gonna call you something.
Oh my God! Yeah, it gave us New York, and I think New York crawled so Nene Leakes could walk. This period.
Come
on.
on.
I think soon as I get on the Emmy board, I'm gonna give them both honorary Emmys for sure.
Beyonce, if you're watching, I'm sorry. You don't look like Beyonce. You look like Luther Vandross.
Absolutely. It New York is just iconic. When she was like, "Delicious, you look like a man." He's like, "Delicious's mother's hair just defies the law of gravity. It just doesn't move." And I'm like, yeah, I love that. So yeah, I love trash reality TV. I think it's crazy. I can watch Jersey Shore seasons 1 through 6 up and down. And then I can also put on I May Destroy You and Lovecraft Country. I think I'm well around it. Yeah.
Come on. Shout out Misha. Shout out most of the people on Lovecraft. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out the PAs. Yeah,
shout out Michaela Cole.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? All my British people over there.
In it. Yeah.
X, anything you want to promote? Anything you want to tell the people to look out for?
I would think, so Who Made the Potato Salad is my sketch comedy show / community resource hub. It's pinned at the top of my Instagram, $80 in a suitcase. And so we have many resources, as far as like panels. We've done workshops. So stay tuned for those.
No advice. Workshops, but no advice. Just so, just work it and leave. You ain't getting no feedback from X. All right.
Stop. Do not listen to Rob.
She had a support system. She can't help you.
I don't know what to tell you. Go in the past, get back in your mama pussy and start over. That's what I would say. Get a better daddy. Fuck. That's my advice. But yeah, also my R&B comedy show, Ragged Edge. We're definitely looking for like sponsorships, people to help and stuff with funding. It is become a very expensive show in LA because LA doesn't lend itself to mid-sized level events. You're either doing Pantages or a small ass theater that can't fit our show because we have a band, we have improvisers, a monologist, singer. It's a lot of moving parts. But
I don't even know what a monologist is, but it's one of them.
Yeah, it's like ASCAT. Like when someone you should do ASCAT. When you do monologues
that
based off of
a little crazy.
You do a monologue based off of one word suggestion, and then we do improv based off that monologue. So that's
I have done that.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm saying.
didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, monologue.
Yeah, I went and did a set, and then they based the whole improv off of my like insecurities and sad stories, and it was like, all right, y'all playing with me a lot. But it was fun.
Yeah, and so we have a R&B performer who is also our monologist. So they do monologues based off of one word suggestion, and then we, the improvisers, do improv based off that monologue, and then the show ends with an R&B artist doing a set, and that's Ragged Edge. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Please follow me. There'll be ways to monetarily support different community initiatives that I'll be launching with my producing partner and friend Novi, that you know.
Hey,
shout out to Novi. So yeah, so different things like that. Just follow me, stay on the lookout for those things, and hopefully something that I can't talk about. And I hate when people do this, but I can't talk about it. But hopefully it's coming out in the fall.
Come on.
Hopefully it's coming out either in the fall or spring of next year. But yeah, just stay tuned. Follow me. Stay tuned to the things I'm doing. And yeah, I would say that's it.
Thanks so much for coming through, X.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have met you and that we've connected.
Same.
I heard your name so much.
I blanked out on your name when Kev asked me. Well, I was telling Kev about all the amazing people I met during the Black People Don't Do Improv, but you definitely was one of the names that I was thinking about, but just couldn't come to.
Okay, so we're ending on that note. Rob didn't remember who the fuck I was. So obviously,
I didn't remember anybody's name. But I made a nice scroll. So when you watch a podcast, you see like the name scroll up, and it's like, all right, well, in the editing process, he figured it out.
So Rob,
but I'll never forget it now.
Okay,
because it's
giving a fuck.
Go to hell, Rob. Is that how you end it?
When does the chorus come? There we go.
Pimp My Ride. Oh my God, it caused so many problems.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we did it. Fucking Rob.